Welcome to another B2 level comprehensible input video. Today we're going to look at some more data, and this time we're going to look at data on greenhouse gas emissions. Greenhouse gases are the types of gases which can cause global warming, basically. The first graph we have is a line graph. And this line graph shows the amount of greenhouse gases emitted by China, the United States, the European Union, and the United Kingdom. On the y-axis, we have the number of tons of greenhouse gases emitted each year. And the y-axis goes up in increments of 2 billion tons each. So we have 2 billion, 4 billion, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. On the x-axis, we have the year. And the chart goes from 1850 all the way until 2023. The most striking piece of data that we can see on this chart is China. So we can see that from the years of 1850 until around approximately 1960, the amount of greenhouse gases emitted by China was relatively low. Okay, really it was below 2 million tons of greenhouse gases during this time period. However, between the years 1960 and 2000, the amount of greenhouse gases emitted by China rose. And it rose, there was a significant increase during this time. Between the years of 1960 and 2000, China saw a significant increase in the amount of greenhouse gases that they emitted. However, from the year 2000 and onwards, the amount of greenhouse gases emitted by China increased dramatically. There was a dramatic increase between the years of 2000 and 2023. In the year 2000, China was emitting approximately 5.5 billion tons of greenhouse gases. However, in the year 2023, China was now emitting roughly 14 billion tons of greenhouse gases. The amount of greenhouse gases emitted by China during this time period more than doubled. It more than doubled during this time period from 2000 until 2023. More than 2 times the amount of greenhouse gases. The United States, the number of greenhouse gases emitted by the United States from the years 1850 until today, or at least until 2023, it rose gradually, okay? The number rose gradually. There was a gradual increase during this time, and in 2023, the United States emits roughly 6 billion tons of greenhouse gases each year. The European Union follows a different kind of trend, because while in around 1980, the European Union was emitting approximately 6 billion tons of greenhouse gases each year, this number has seen a steady decline. This number has seen a steady decline. And now in 2023, the European Union emits less than 4 billion tons of greenhouse gases each year. The United Kingdom has not really seen much of an increase or a decrease, and the number of greenhouse gases emitted by the UK has remained steady during this time period. This line graph is the same as the previous line graph, but here we can see the world, high-income countries, and also low-income countries. As we can see, the whole world we have seen quite a substantial increase in the amount of greenhouse gases emitted worldwide. From the year approximately 1945 until 2023, the amount of greenhouse gases emitted throughout the whole world has more than doubled during this time. And we have seen a substantial increase during this time. The same can be said for high-income countries. However, since the year 1980, the amount of greenhouse gases emitted has remained steady. As for low-income countries, they have seen a mild increase during this time. And today in 2023, low-income countries emit approximately 2 or 3 billion tons of greenhouse gases each year. What we have here is a pie chart. So this is called a pie chart, and this pie chart displays the global greenhouse emissions by sector. So we can see very quickly, looking at this chart, that the vast majority of greenhouse gas emissions comes from the energy sector. This is really no surprise. Within the energy sector, 24.2% is used in industry, 16.2% is used in the transport industry, and 17.5% is energy used in buildings. So the majority of greenhouse gas emissions comes from the energy sector. Following that, we have the agriculture, forestry and land use sector, and this accounts for 18.4% of energy use. Industry accounts for 5.2% of greenhouse gas emissions, and 3.2% of greenhouse gas emissions is accounted for by waste. Thank you for watching this B2 level video. I hope you found this kind of data at least a little bit interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. If you want more videos like this, go to EnglishSponge.com. On the website, you can find videos from many different teachers. You can choose which level you want: A1 beginner, A2 beginner, B1 intermediate, or B2 upper intermediate. You can choose which accent you want to listen to: American, British, Australian, and also other accents. You can choose which topic you want to listen to, and you can choose which grammar point you want to focus on. The website will track your time, so you can see how many minutes you have listened to comprehensible input today, yesterday, and for the whole month. So go to EnglishSponge.com. The link is in the description of the video.